Escapism will no longer work in these days and times that we're in because collective wounding and collective turmoil and collective programming is coming up to the surface so we can heal it and transmute it and transcend it. And so certain vices that we used to use to escape our reality, we're going to start noticing it doesn't work, and it actually causes more turmoil, more stress, and there's actually a quicker consequence for being out of alignment. So for example, the vices that people used to use, even seemingly innocent, overeating, going out all the time, hanging with the wrong people just to escape your reality, being in a relationship just because you're desperate and you don't want to be alone and you want to prove to the world that you have this certain status, glamour. And mind you, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with any of these things. Being in a relationship, having some glamour every now and again, nothing's wrong with that if that's what you want to do. But just noticing and being introspective and self-aware, is this a form of escape? Is this a form to not really face myself because I'm scared to sit with myself truly? And a lot of people think that they are doing the spiritual work by meditating here and there, or doing the yoga, but you really must sit with that inner wounding. Sit still, be introspective. And when I say sit still, that does not mean that you're not taking action behind the scenes in your life, but you're taking more time to truly work on your inner state of being and to truly do what's called shadow work. And another thing that came through very clearly is that even certain spiritual practices can also be a form of escapism. And that's part of the duality in spirituality, which I'll talk about at another time. And so it's very, very important to not get caught up in what some people call a spiritual ego. I don't really so much resonate with that term. I feel like it's a little oxymoron, but it is what it is. I guess we're all one. Things can be this and that. But yes, if you're caught up in a spiritual ego because you're doing certain spiritual practices, just notice, are you really integrating? Are you really embodying these practices? It's one thing to get the spiritual information and do the practices, but how does it apply to your life? Are you shifting? Are you changing? Are your clairs coming online? Are you operating with more soul's integrity? Those are the things you want to be paying attention to rather than just doing a spiritual practice. And so, yes, escapism no longer is going to work. There's a quicker consequence for being out of alignment in these days and times. So really pay attention to anything that could be a form of escape, even if it seems good or innocent, and just really be introspective and self-aware and go within. Thank you so much for being here on day 8, and I will see you tomorrow on day 9. Peace.